Welcome to Top 30. I'm Richard Bacon.
And I'm Kristen Smith. Here are today's top 30 stories in 30 minutes.
YouTube is losing advertisers over videos appearing to exploit children. A number of large brands have pulled their advertising from Google's video platform because they were reportedly appearing before videos showing children in various states of undress. The Washington Post reports many of the videos appear to be uploaded by the children themselves, but many of the clips also had graphic sexual comments, according to an investigation by the excellent London Times. Some of the videos had millions of views. Adidas, Deutsche Bank, Mars, Cadbury's and Hewlett-Packard all suspended ads on the site. A spokesperson for Mars told Business Insider they were shocked and appalled. Meanwhile, a YouTube spokesperson said there shouldn't be any ads running on this content and we are working urgently to fix this. In March, they issued a similar statement when companies including Coca-Cola and Walmart pulled ads found to be running on racist videos. YouTube uses a combination of algorithms and humans to find and remove offensive content, but there may not be enough of either to keep up with the 300 hours of video uploaded to the site every minute by humans working without algorithms.
The Recording Academy announced the 2018 Grammy Awards nominations, and hip-hop and rap dominated, with superstars Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar cleaning up. Hova proved once again he runs this town, getting 8 Grammy nominations, more than anyone else this year, including the coveted Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Rap Album. Kendrick Lamar trailed with 7 nominations, while Bruno Mars and Childish Gambino were both nominated for Album and Record of the Year.
You do not amaze me, ayy. I blew cool from ACA. Oh, but much just page me, ayy.
In terms of female nominations, rising star singer-songwriter SZA slid into first place, earning 5 nominations, including Best New Artist. Justin Bieber's collab with Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee on Despacito was nominated for Song of the Year. If it wins, it would make history as the first Spanish-language song to do so. These are your quick hits. The FDA has issued a warning against giving your dog bone treats after 90 illnesses and 15 deaths were reported. The FDA says bones could lead to an unexpected trip to your veterinarian, a possible emergency surgery, or even death in your pet. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle gave their first interview on Monday following the news of their engagement, and they are too cute.
The fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was sort of confirmation to me that everything, all the stars were aligned, everything was just perfect. It was this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life.
And it's officially Christmas at the White House. The First Lady posted this video of the decorations, and it's stunning.
Let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with your friend and mine, Nicole Petlides. Nicole, I am hearing that the next iPhone could be radically different.
That's right, Richard. Well, Apple's latest patent application hints at a folding iPhone, but don't get your hopes up just yet. The brief application states that the gadget may be a laptop, a tablet, cell phone, or another electronic device. Mercedes-Benz has been testing drone delivery technology, and after completing 100 drop-offs of popular items such as coffee and phones, the company reported a perfect safety record for its mini aircraft. And more pilot tests are planned for its drones next year. Facebook is rolling out artificial intelligence to scan posts for signs of suicidal thoughts. If the AI finds flags such as commenters asking the poster if they're okay or if they need help, it'll send information to the Facebook employee for review. If the person determines intervention is necessary, they'll alert either first responders or reach out to the poster's family or friends.
Nicole, presumably this raises privacy concerns, doesn't it?
It sure does, but while the new AI may not solve the problem, how's this for an alarming stat? The number of American children and teenagers admitted to children's hospitals for reporting suicidal thoughts has more than doubled over the past decade. Perhaps Facebook's effort will inspire other companies to develop more tools against this fight. More Top 30 when we return.
Sarah Sims was convinced her 9-year-old was being bullied at school, so she stuck a recorder in her daughter's backpack, hoping to catch the culprits. The single mother from Virginia now faces 5 years in prison after she was charged with a felony for wiretapping. Sims claims that her calls and emails to Ocean View Elementary School about the bullying went unanswered, so she took matters into her own hands. She said, "I was mortified. The next thing I know, I'm a felon. Felony charges and a misdemeanor when I'm trying to look out for my kid." The recorder was discovered at school and her daughter was switched to a different classroom. Sims and her attorney say they never even got to hear the recording because it was confiscated. Sims is due in court for a preliminary hearing on January the 18th. Kristen, I hear you've got a story about an interesting advantage in sport.
That's right, Richard. If you're playing a sport, it may be a competitive advantage to be a lefty. A study published in the journal Biology Letters analyzed the top athletes in 6 sports like baseball and tennis over multiple seasons. Researchers found that time pressure played a key role in the data. Basically, the less time there is to react to a ball hitting a bat or racket, the more pressure there is to react quickly. So in sports where players had to react quickly, like baseball and tennis, lefties had a greater advantage. Researchers say that's because athletes have less time to compensate for different playing styles of left-handed athletes. So the longer time there is to react, the more level the playing field is. But if you're right-handed, don't worry. This mostly applies to elite athletes and not your weekend softball league.
Scientists could have a new way to keep satellites above Earth from crashing into each other. NASA currently tracks over 1,300 satellites, but there are also tens of thousands of old ones, discarded rockets, and other debris stuck in low Earth orbit, where they've been accumulating for the last 60 years. And they pose a risk for any new satellites or manned spacecraft that launch. So a team working at the Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico want to avoid crashes using something that we have on Earth, license plates. The team is developing a small laser called an extremely low resource optical identifier. It could be attached to anything going into space. Each would get a unique pattern that would identify the type of satellite, who owns it, and its path of orbit. Satellite owners could then look them up in a database and reroute any spacecraft around them to avoid a collision. The team hopes the license plate will be about the size of a postage stamp and cost around $1,000. The team also hopes to test their prototype in space next year. 2 women have filed lawsuits against Harvey Weinstein. An unnamed female film executive filed a civil suit in the United Kingdom, claiming the movie mogul sexually assaulted her several times in London after the year 2000. And aspiring actress Kadian Noble filed a federal suit on Monday, claiming that in 2014, Weinstein violated sex trafficking laws by luring her to a hotel room in Cannes in France, where she says he assaulted her. The suit also names the Weinstein Company, claiming they facilitated Weinstein's foreign travel in which he would, quote, recruit or entice female actors into forced or coerced sexual encounters on the promise of roles in films or entertainment projects. Scotland Yard opened an investigation into the alleged assaults of 7 women by Weinstein in October. The New York Attorney General opened up a civil rights investigation that same month, and the Los Angeles Police Department has opened a criminal investigation on Weinstein as well. He is reportedly seeking help for sex addiction at a treatment facility in Arizona.
A kid who spent half his life in foster care just got adopted at the age of 16 by his teacher. Beaumont, Texas high school student Anthony says he never wanted to be adopted until he found his mom, his English teacher, Benny Berry, and had a change of heart. The funny thing is, something as complicated as you'd think the adoption process would be was actually pretty simple. Anthony was in class and pulled up an adoption website and casually asked Benny if she wanted to adopt him. She thought he was joking and told him to finish his assignment. After his work was done, she humored him by checking out the site and soon realized he was serious. And why not? In her heart, she knew Anthony was meant to be her son. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, they made it official. In an interview, Benny said, "I have a son. I'm more than elated. I have a son for the rest of my life." You know, it's so easy to get caught up with all the busyness of the holidays, but for Anthony and now first-time mom, Benny, the priceless gift of family is more than enough.
One federal agency appears to have two bosses, but it's not clear who's in charge. On Monday, White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney showed up at the offices of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. He reportedly brought a bag of donuts and then orders the agency staff to ignore any instructions given by Deputy Director Leandra English. English was appointed by former director Richard Cordray, who resigned the week before. But President Trump says Cordray didn't have the power to name his successor. He named Mulvaney as interim chief. On Sunday, English filed a federal lawsuit saying that she is the rightful head of the CFPB, not Mulvaney. Many Republicans have criticized the agency, including Mulvaney, who once called it bureaucracy gone wrong. Consumer advocates worry that the Trump administration will seek to shrink the agency's influence. Both Mulvaney and English have told the staff of 1600 that they are the acting director, which is absurd and quite funny.
In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 2 Detroit, 8-year-old Maggie Dadswell has been through a lot. She underwent brain surgery at 10 months old and then started having seizures at 3. But now that her health's improved and she's feeling better, it's time to celebrate. So Kids Gala, an organization that gives celebration of life parties to children, rolled out the red carpet. She rode in a limo and was met by paparazzi. Maggie has always dreamed of being a YouTube celebrity, and this party made her feel like a star. Our next story from Fox 46 Charlotte. A Walmart customer got the surprise of a lifetime. Julia Stoltz and her husband were in the boys department shopping for their son when they noticed a card on the ground. The envelope read, "If this card has found you, open it. It's yours." The card contained $100 and said, "May this gift bring you a little peace today. One day, please pay it forward." Shopper Akili Omari heard the story and was motivated to do the same.
Maybe we should all consider doing one ourselves. I think I will.
Let this act of kindness inspire you to pay it forward. In our final story from Fox 5 DC, Paul Friedman is retiring his whistle after 52 years. The 81-year-old spent his final game as a referee at Maryland's 4A West Region Football Championship.
I'm going to give it the same effort as I did over the last 52 years. But it's very important. As I said, emotionally and internally, I could feel it.
Though he'll be missed on the field, we wish him a happy retirement. Movie memorabilia from the golden age of Hollywood tends to sell at astronomical prices. But a piece of memorabilia from the 1956 film Forbidden Planet shattered records. Robbie the Robot sold at auction by Bonhams, New York this month for a record $5.3 million, making it the most expensive piece of movie memorabilia to ever sell. Previous records went to the white halter dress Marilyn Monroe wore in her 1955 movie 7-Year Itch and the 1966 Batmobile, both of which sold at auction for $4.6 million. Other coveted items that sold for buku bucks include the $4.4 million spent on Eliza Doolittle's coming out dress from the 1956 film My Fair Lady, as well as Dorothy Gale's ruby slippers worn in the 1939 motion picture Wizard of Oz, which sold for more than $3 million. Even though we're forced to, it's impossible to put a price on our connection to the classics.
The free 2-day shipping many online retailers offer shoppers might be a convenient way to avoid trips to the store, but it comes at a hefty environmental price. According to a study done at MIT, customers who choose to visit traditional stores typically have 2 times the carbon footprint of people making purchases online, unless they're selecting rush delivery. Choosing rush delivery actually leads to more carbon emissions per customer and per product, thereby contributing to the worsening of global warming. Additionally, a multi-year study done at the University of Delaware found that traditional ground shipping was a much better alternative for the environment. Min-Sing Lee, co-author of the study, says generally speaking, slower ground shipping is the greener choice over air shipping. So know this, when you choose rush delivery, sure, you're getting your packages quicker, but you're also helping to destroy the Earth.
According to a study done by the American Psychological Society, after the age of 30, there's a direct correlation between how good people look and how healthy they are perceived. Which is why we've got today's top 30 deal. DFI anti-aging skincare at a special 88 to 95% discount. The DFI anti-aging skincare line includes the option to buy the 60-second facelift treatment, infused eye cream gel, cell renewal serum, or the deep wrinkle filler, which are sold separately. It's scientifically formulated to diminish the appearance of lines, crow's feet, dark circles, and sagginess, making it a wonderful non-surgical alternative. DFI anti-aging skincare line is uniquely designed to rejuvenate the skin by promoting cell renewal and detoxification so that skin cells become new and vibrant once again. The retail price for products from the DFI anti-aging skincare line ranges from $200 to $500, but today you can get it between $22 to $39 per product. That's around an 88 to 95% discount. And you can get this right now at top30deals.com while they last. A line of sweatshirts by the company Label is here to remind us that we are perfect just the way we are, no matter our size. They read, "There's no wrong way to have a body, and you don't need abs to be fab," keeping the body-positive message close to our hearts. The founder, Joe Boone, created Label first as a body-positive website and now has expanded it to include events and a clothing line. Boone told Yahoo Lifestyle she hopes her line provides a tangible way to help people celebrate themselves. And there's more to feel good about. The sweatshirts are made with sustainable fabric, and 5% of Label's profits are donated to Beat, a charity focused on eating disorder recovery. The rest of the line will officially launch this month. Not a bad gift idea. I mean, everybody could use the gift of self-acceptance.
New research says the salt used on roads and sidewalks every year stays with us long after winter ends. This year, more than 17 million tons of salt will be applied to melt snow and ice on roads across America. But some scientists warn that same salt is finding its way into ponds, lakes, and streams, and once there, it is all but impossible to remove. The US Geological Survey has studied the amount of sodium chloride in streams near roadways since the 60s. In about 84% of streams, the amount of salt has gone up dramatically. That can have consequences for the wildlife in those waterways. Salt can kill plankton and stunt the growth of fish. That could affect humans too. 1 teaspoon of salt is enough to permanently pollute 5 gallons of drinkable groundwater. So scientists said they hope to help communities develop better ways to keep roads safe during winter. So either the frozen water on the sidewalk will get you, or the salt we use to defrost that water will get into the regular water, and that will get you. We can't win.
Scientists are trying to figure out why some Black Friday shoppers turn into dangerous mobs. Sometimes those crowds lined up outside stores turn to shouting and shoving. In 2008, a seasonal worker was trampled to death at a New York Walmart. Researchers at Indiana University surveyed shoppers and found that many of them admitted to trashing store displays and yelling at workers. The team thinks one reason might be feelings of injustice. They found shoppers were more likely to misbehave if the store didn't stock enough of an advertised item, or if they didn't honor a sale price. They also found that people were more likely to think the store was being unfair when they were actually mad at other shoppers. Rude behavior like cutting in line was found to encourage more rudeness. Another researcher said those stampedes are driven by the emotions that are drawn from scarcity and competition. Sales that are for a limited time only create a situation where some win and some lose. Experts say to stay safe, just remember, whatever you're competing for will probably be on sale everywhere in January.
A homeless man who gave a stranger his last $20 is now $380,000 richer. Kate McCleo's car ran out of gas on a freeway exit ramp in Philadelphia a few months ago, and she recently revealed Johnny Bobbitt gave her his last $20 to fill her tank. Overwhelmed by Bobbitt's generosity, McCleo set up a GoFundMe page to raise money for the Marine Corps vet so that he wouldn't have to spend the upcoming holidays on the streets. As of Monday morning, more than 13,000 people had donated for a total of $379,074. Bobbitt has said that he plans to donate some of the money to help those in need, adding, everybody out there is facing some kind of struggle. So if I can touch their life the way mine was touched, it'd be an amazing feeling. After a brief stint in the military, Bobbitt became a paramedic, but has now been homeless for more than a year. Hopefully this is the beginning of a new chapter for him. Kristen, what's coming up next time?
Well, Richard, we've got some news about gas prices. Drivers traveling for the holidays could be paying the highest fuel prices in years. We'll tell you why. And we'll have the scientific reason why your dog wants you to be happy. And you won't believe who helped get this man out of jail after he served decades for a crime he didn't commit. And don't forget, you can buy the anti-aging skincare products for up to 95% off at top30deals.com. We'll see you next time here on Top 30.